Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Murtho, and I'm with the Alliance for Nonprofit Impact, and this is Voices of Impact, Rhode Island nonprofit stories. Our goal is to increase visibility of nonprofits and the impact that they're having in our community in Rhode Island. I'm here with Rose Albert, the Executive Director of Rhode Island for Community Justice, and I'm really excited to be having this conversation with you, Rose.
Yes, hi. Hello, Julie. Thank you for having me and looking
Um,
forward to have this discussion with you as well.
okay, great. Rose, can you tell us more about your organization, Rhode Island for Community Justice, or RICJ, and what your mission is, and who do you serve in your community?
Yeah, so RICJ, Rhode Island for Community and Justice, is a nonprofit organization located in Providence, Rhode Island. Our mission is to fight bias, bigotry, and racism, and we do that through different programmings that we have in the community and different events that we're putting as well. But a lot of the work that we're doing here at RICJ has young people at the center, specifically high school age youth. So 14 to 24-year-old, if you're interested and want to be engaged around social justice, advocacy, empowerment work, and also having fun, right, through doing the work, RICJ is a great location and a great space to be at.
Can you tell us more about the programs you offer? I know I participated in YWIC, which is a really good program.
Yes. So we have three pillars at RICJ. So we have a lot of the work that we do around juvenile justice and juvenile reform. So we are the only organization in the state of Rhode Island that support juvenile hearing board. And if you're not familiar with what JHBs are, they are a group of individuals in the community that volunteer their times and their expertise to sit on a board. And if a young person less than 18 years old call, gets arrested and has a misdemeanor, instead of them going to family court, they have this diversion program available for them to take advantage of. So we are a big, proponent for this work. We are always advocating for it. And at RICJ, we're providing, resources, support, training, best practices, having connection with police and different cities and towns in Rhode Island, and encouraging people to either, if you're an adult, sit on a JHB board and help a high schooler's trajectory change. And then also, if you're a young person, definitely do not get in trouble. But if unfortunately, you happen to have a bad day and a mishap, you, instead of going to family court, have this opportunity available to you where you can go in front of the GHB, get to have your say and have a hearing, you get a sanction. And then if you complete that successfully, you get to not have a record and go back in the community and be good citizens of tomorrow, what I like to call it. So that is one of the work that we're really doing daily with our juvenile justice team here at RICJ, and then really raising awareness around that work. And then we have the youth programs, which you're very familiar with, Julie. And we have 5 programs that goes throughout the year. So we have our after school program that is called the Youth Action Council. And this space every week, young people are coming together, fellowshipping, breaking bread, working around like advocacy and campaigning work about issues that matters to them, right? And that ranges and changes depending of who is in the room and what they are passionate about. So, in the past, which again, you're a very big proponent around, last year we spent a lot of time doing a lot of panel and have talk about Black policies and Black issues that are impacting young people, and being able to put on programmings around those issues and having dialogue with peers and also with adults about what matters and what is going on into a high schooler's life in today's world. At YAC, they're really doing a lot of local issues, national issues, or even global issues that they're feeling impacted about. Is a space where young people are having conversation around that. And this year, actually, a few weeks in January, they are putting together a day of racial healing event for the community. So if you're around, join us. Then we have our Young Women Equity Coalition program, which is one of our newest program here at RICJ that I founded. And it is a mentorship program specifically geared towards young women of color. It is a space that, social justice work and equity work is really impactful, and I really am very passionate about it, but it's also very taxing and a lot and weigh on folks. And even though we have young people just fired up and ready to do this work, especially being able to have a space where they get to think about their self-care, their self-love, and their self-affirmation. That's really how YWED got born. And it is a space where young women come together on Saturdays and just love on each other and support one another and celebrate each other and their wins. And then also they get paired up with a mentor of color in the community. So you get a mentor that you spend a couple of months with, working either on a personal or professional goal that you have, and then they help you get there. So that is one of the programs that we have also here. And usually YWork happens on Saturdays and then Yak happens on Tuesdays. And then
Okay.
in the summertime, we continue doing this work with our summer programming that we have and our flagship program, which is the Project Respect Leadership Camp. So Project Respect Leadership Camp really started RICJ and is a 1 week residential camp where we go offsite and we really talk about social justice issues around self-identity, around self work, really understanding those ism that exists around classism, sexism, right? How is it impacting you as an individual? How is it impacting you with your friends, with your family, at your school and your community? And we really spend a lot of time doing activities and discoveries and conversation around unpacking those stereotypes and then really celebrating and understanding that there is beauty into this diverse world that we live in. And at the center of it is respect, being able to respect each other for who we are and where we come from. So Project Respect is a very transformative program and experience that I like to say you got to go to camp to really know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
And
great.
also in the summer, depending on our funding opportunities, being able to provide work opportunities for our youth. So we do our Youth Facilitating for Change program, which is our summer jobs program, thinking about workforce development, financial literacy, and then most importantly, facilitation. So the youth get trained to be facilitators. They create a workshop for the ground up, and then they go out in the community and they run those workshops. So around diversity issues, around restorative justice issues, and then the young people that are really still passionate about this work get to join our DEI training track where we are providing those services in the state of Rhode Island and also outside of the state of Rhode Island for different companies, different school districts, and things like that.
Oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. Thank you so much for all the incredible work you're doing. Um, can you tell us or share a story that really illustrates the impact that you're having, or a story that keeps you motivated to continue the work you're doing?
Ooh, geez. Story that keep me motivated? Hmm, I would say a story that is a beautiful story about RICJ is seeing the alumni come back, right? Like, or even like the camp experience. On the first day of camp, camp started on Saturday. Everybody doesn't want to be here. Nobody wants to go to camp. Everybody's on their phone or just like in their little bubble with their hoodies and everything. They're like, Um, and we go to camp, we have the whole week, we have the experience. And by the end, not even by the end, by the middle of camp, right? People are letting their hoodies out, their hair down, their personalities coming out, their passion is like ignited. And it's just always just chill moment for me to see that happen. Just seeing the transformation of a person being shy, coming into still, actually, I like to say still shyness and different format,
Mhm.
being able to know that they have a voice and that they can use that voice to elevate, share, engage in any way, shape, or form that they desire to create change and talk about social issues. So I think that's always beautiful to see. And then also I feel very blessed and humble when I do have young people that graduate and they are going off into the world and doing whatever in their different states and they're like, hey, I have a few hours. Like, do you need anything? Or hey, I have the week of camp open. Do you need volunteers? Do you need staff? So I think RICJ has been blessed of being able to continue in the community because of the full circle moment is what I call. So another example is just even myself and some of the staff here. So I was a product of RICJ. I participated in camp when I was in high school. Now I'm the executive director. You also have Chelsea, you have Charlene, like we're all alumni of RICJ. And then now being able to be in position to like lead and, you know, work for the sustainability of this program and continuing to pass the lesson and the messaging and creating this space is just beautiful.
No, it is. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing. Can you tell us more about like some of the challenges that you face on the day-to-day operation and what might make the work that you're doing more effective and efficient?
There's quite a few challenges, but
Mhm.
we're still going every day. So I would say around the juvenile justice work that we're doing, some of the challenges is being able to um, connect with more folks in Rhode Island to let them know that this program exists and that it is at their disposal, thinking about, families, especially Black and Brown families, in a way that they really understand that you would rather go to this diversion program and let your child benefit from not getting a record versus sending them to family court and getting a record, which really impacts the
Yes.
trajectory of their future, right? And I think there's a miseducation around juvenile hearing board in the process. So really being able to have more platforms and ways to share this work and elevate it is one of the things that has been challenging and we're working around. And then even within the JHB process and the state of Rhode Island, different cities and towns have their own like ordinance and have their own processes. So just being able to have commonalities around the basics so that a young person in Providence is getting the same opportunity than a young person in Worcester and then one young person in Cherry Hill, for instance, right? So being able to shed light around that and be more transparent around the way that these services are being provided in our communities and in our state. And then I would say around like for RICJ right now, we're in a beautiful stage of transitioning and growing. So definitely hiring has been a challenge. So looking for folks that are really passionate, like genuinely passionate about youth work and youth involvement and being able to join the team and take on the baton and continuing to elevate the work is has been a challenge. But we are definitely persevering. And then after that, thinking about the programmings that we have, the programmings are very impactful, they're transformative, but then there's always this uncertainty of, funding and support and being able to have food because, we like food. Um, and a lot of our young people are first generation, coming from backgrounds where, being able to have a sustainable meal every day is the challenge. So we really pride ourselves on making sure that that is something that we can do and provide at RICJ. But, now with inflation and things like that, it's just been a bit difficult
Yeah.
to have food every time there's a meeting, right? So just thinking about how we're going to be diversifying our sources so that we're continuing to have the programs happening and then in a way that is thinking about equity, right? And care. So
Mhm.
I would say those are some of the challenges.
Yeah. Can you tell us how Rhode Islanders could get involved in addition to donating? Are you looking for volunteers in the work that you're doing?
Yes, we're always looking for volunteers. So definitely can get involved by connecting with us, really following on social media. We're getting very active on social. So I would say, check us out at RI4CJ on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, the whole nine yard. We are there. Check out our website as well. And then really just be connected to the work that we're doing, especially the youth are always looking for internship opportunity or exposure to different sectors and different work that are happening throughout the state, or even we really like going on field trip, right? So being able to see Rhode Island in a different way is a beautiful thing and a luxury that some of us do not have. So really enjoy having volunteers who open their doors to us to come visit, right? Like next week, we're going to iHeartRadio. The youth are excited. Heck, I'm excited. I haven't been. So things like that just really makes a big impact and goes a long way. So there's definitely way in that sense, help can happen. And as I mentioned right now, we have, all programs going on. We have like 3 programs running, and could always use an extra set of hands and resources to help with, being able to be in the building with the youth, being able to take a drive for something and pick up food and whatnot. So there's many ways to help and to get involved here. And we always encourage folks to join us and also collaborate with us in the work that we are doing.
Okay.
Because I know for myself, at the end of the day, it's just how do I create badass people that are
Uh-huh.
well-rounded, right? So it's just like there's a bunch of the unknown, and it's
Mhm.
like somebody else have different reality, different exposure, different access to different things. So if it exists and you have time, please share it.
Is there anything else you would like to share in highlighting your work or anything you want the community to know?
Well, and sharing, highlighting my work and having a little like ch- blushing moment right now. I definitely want to say thank you to you for reaching out again. Just talk about the stories and the beautifulness of RICJ and being able to connect with young people. I'm just very proud of you and the work that you are doing in the community. I remember young Julie walking in here being like, I got this. And then now seeing, you as a young woman in college doing incredible stuff, and then being able to um, elevate yourself, but also elevate, your community. So I'm just very thankful that you reached out and that you are allowing me to be here with you and have this conversation and have this opportunity. So
Thank you so much, Rose. I really, really appreciate you, my life. So thank you again for taking the time out of your day. I know you're doing amazing work and just sharing your story and the stories of other people in your community. Thank you so much, Rose.
bye.
Bye.